Harcourt has an interesting history of meeting changing needs. And so join us as we explore that history, please. The story of Harcourt begins with the story of the Brooklyn Mission. South of the river, the neighborhood called Brooklyn was the poorer part of town. The people from the Congregational Church started a mission in Brooklyn, a Sunday school mission. And it developed so well that by 1905, they were ready to have their own building. But of course, things change, especially with the end of World War II. The land in the flats and the land gradually up the hill started being developed more and more. So gradually there was talk about becoming a church, a congregation within the United Church of Canada. There's a picture that's remarkable in showing how little there was around this space in Dean Avenue in the early 1960s. But they got the land and built the church, and it was dedicated at the beginning of 1962. The church continued to try to meet the community needs as they were seen over the years. One of the emphases became, in the 1980s, an attempt to let people develop their own spiritual lives, their own spirituality, through the pioneering effort of what was first called the Week of Directed Prayer. Another direction for it was an awareness of social issues. I find it an interesting and a very good balance of spiritual awareness and community awareness. Harcourt had quite a remarkable run as a host for student interns. It was a kind of stewardship by the congregation. It took resources, it took learning on the congregation's part, but it was seen as a mission by the congregation. Harcourt did quite remarkable work in the early time of refugee needs and awareness, doing a number of sponsorships. A lot of work went into it. It was another successful and important mission of Harcourt. The matter of becoming inclusive regarding sexual orientation was such a big matter, and we prepared ourselves for the journey by having various speakers, visitors come into our committee, and then by outlining a possible process, a very long educational process. One turning point, I think, was the sermon of one lesbian woman to the congregation, telling her story, because we on both the earlier and the second committee discovered for ourselves that having people tell their stories was what really connected and what really made this a personal and not an abstract issue, and a personal, not an abstract need. When it came finally to the congregational vote, the vote was overwhelmingly in support of becoming an affirming congregation. Now it has become very much part of the fabric of Harcourt. Many people have appreciated the welcome that Harcourt can give. I hope that you see now some of what has gone into making Harcourt the caring and creative and vibrant community that it is today.